Is it like giving? Is this giving? Hi guys, it's LaShare. The braces are off. Can you see? I'm actually really happy to get the braces off. I don't get me wrong. As much as I really wanted braces to help me correct my smile, I literally hated them. They literally would cut my mouth and just like I remember I was at lunch and I had a really red juicy apple and I bit into it and my bracket broke and cut the inside of my mouth, and I was so freaking upset about that and it stressed me out so bad, and I had to go to work literally after school, so I was irritated. I hope you guys like my hair. It's like I like it. I don't know if it's giving, but like it was up, but I don't want to put it up anymore. So, hey guys, today's video is going to be about toxic habits that we do, or toxic habits that I have to learn to grow out of. You know, I'm 19, I'm about to be 20 soon. So I was like, okay, well, I think I need to learn how to be not just a better person for myself, but for other people, because I don't want to be the reason why someone has therapy and hates themselves. So I decided, okay, like how do I become a better person? What do I do? So this hair is so bombshell. I love it. I love it. It's so bouncy. Okay. Do I look older? I don't know. Lip gloss break. 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 Okay. So here is the first thing I learned that is a toxic habit that we have. The first one is in relationships. So I broke it down for relationships, like, you know, the monogamous relationships that we have and the friendships that we have and stuff like that. The first one is testing people instead of communicating, which is like ignoring them to see if they'll like chase you. Now, this is something that I've done in the past. Like, I will literally not speak to you. I will literally not speak to you. I will refuse to speak to you. I would get like irritated and I'll just go quiet. Like, I'd have an avoided attachment. And at first I was like a really clingy girl when it came to people. So I would be very clingy, and then I'd be like, oh my gosh, being clingy doesn't like get you anywhere. And then I was like, it kind of made me become like avoided attachment, I think you would say. So I would just like pull away. Instead of communicating my needs and communicating my issues within a relationship, I will literally just pull away and stop speaking to you. And ladies, if you want, I'm not in a relationship right now, but if you want a relationship to work, the best thing to do is communicate. This goes for relationships, friendships, and all of that. You guys need to communicate instead of just, oh, well, you know, like, I'm just never going to speak to you, block him. Now, I recommend blocking if you want them out of your life and you just want them to stop speaking to you, because some people know what they're doing. But for the most part, if you want a relationship to work and you feel like, you know, we can get this to work, I think it's best to communicate instead of just like ignoring them and giving someone the silent treatment to see if they really want you. If they really want you, they'll come get you. That mindset right there. Like, I think it's best to go after what you want. And if you want your relationship to work, go communicate. Go let them know, hey, I don't like this. Go tell them your boundaries and then stand on your boundaries. If they can't respect your boundaries or go by your boundaries, block them, leave them alone. But if you haven't spoke about your boundaries, if you haven't spoke about what you did not like, what are you ignoring them for? Why are you being like that? Okay. Another thing would be comparing your partner to what other people do instead of appreciating them. Now, this happens in the age of like social media. Why am I quotation marks with social media? With social media, we see like rappers, celebrities, just people buying their girls like a million bouquet of flowers and, you know, taking them to trips on Fiji and stuff like that. But it's like, you got to understand, your man works at Walgreens. He works at Walmart. You probably work at Chick-fil-A. Like, we are normal people. Peep this? We are normal people. That's not saying the normal guy, like the average guy won't do for you and he won't do good for you and stuff like that. It's not saying that, but it's like, you guys have to realize, like, you are not Kim Kardashian. You're not Kim Kardashian. You are not those Instagram people. A lot of their stuff, like couple goals, that stuff isn't even real, okay? Like they'll post all of this and then a cheating scandal comes out on a shade room or something like that. Those are your couple goals? Those are a couple goals. No, appreciate the dates. Appreciate the dates your man takes you out on. Stop thinking, oh, well, he's doing that for her. Well, this rapper or this celebrity is doing that for this celebrity and they have all the money in the world. Why aren't you doing this? That's not your life. Focus on you. Stop. Focus on your relationship. Stop always thinking, stop comparing yourself. That's the problem. You guys keep comparing yourself, and then you're comparing your man, making your man or your partner, woman, feel insecure because she can't do or he can't do for you. Whole time it's like, even then, even if you did get that stuff, would you appreciate it? Would you appreciate the man that's doing that for you? Probably not. Probably not, because he's not good to you. So please, like, I'm not going to say settle. I don't want you guys to settle. But if you have a good person, you keep that good person. You work. You guys build together. That's a dynasty. You build a dynasty together. You don't just leave him on the side because he can't do for you. You don't do stuff like that. And I have to learn to get out of that toxic rhetoric. Even though I'm single because I'm single and I'm doing this for my benefit and my mindset. I know what I want in life and I'm gonna go after that. But I'm just saying, for a lot, I feel like some people out there do have good partners out there. They're just not wealthy. So I feel like that's something to think about. Okay. Here's another one. Always threatening to leave during an argument just to gain control. Now, me, I didn't realize I was doing this to gain control. I just did that because I had the mindset I don't have to settle for anything and I don't have to put up with anything. And yes, that is true, but it's like you are creating a very toxic and unstable situation for not only you, but your partner. Imagine you mess up in life and God's saying, okay, well, I'm going to take oxygen away from you. I'm gonna take these trees away from you so you can't breathe, so you don't have fresh oxygen. And you're like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. Like, chill. That's like, imagine that in a relationship, like something so minor or something like really small, and all your being is like, you know what? I'm leaving you. If you don't, I'm leaving you. I'm done. It's like, bro, like I think you guys really need to understand this situation at hand. I think you guys really need to understand the situation at hand, and you do not always need to threaten somebody. That's like, oh, if you keep doing that, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. If you don't listen to me, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you. That creates a very like, think about it like this. You ever got a whooping and your mom or dad will be like, this is hurting me more than it's hurting you. I do this because I love you. That creates a toxic mindset in your head. You're thinking, well, love is hitting me. Discipline is hitting me. Discipline is like fucking with my mental, messing up my nervous system. So now I don't know what to think. I don't know which way you're coming at me. Stop doing that to your partner. Stop doing that to your people, man. It's not right. And it's one of those toxic habits that I have to think out of my head, okay? And really work on. All right. And now we're on to friendship aspects. Okay. Now, this is not something I really do, but this is something that I've noticed like some friends or ex-friends would do to me. Keeping tabs instead of genuinely supporting. So I would say, like, say you're like starting a business or something like that, and your friends or your so-called friends, they're not necessarily, they don't have to buy stuff from you. I won't say that. Like, no one's obligated to do that. But like, if you're my friend, you would want to support me, Like, if you see me like starting something, you'd want to support me. You'd want to repost, you'd want to do that and stuff like that. And I would just notice like a lot of people who I would call my friends are not like that. They're not that supportive. They don't really care about what you got going on. And it's like, okay, well, when I blow up or when I really make it, don't be besties. Don't be like that to me. Don't be like that to me, because I remember when I really needed the support, you were not supporting. So that was one thing that I had to, don't be that friend, okay? If you don't be that weird person, like, support your friend. You can support your friend without always having to buy stuff from them, okay? You don't I feel like y'all know what y'all be doing, okay? Another one is remembering what you did for them just to bring it up later. Now, I hate that in relationships. I hate when you're with a guy and he'll be like, remember I did this for you, and it's like, stop. Stop. I already said thank you. If you're doing stuff just to throw it in my face later, I'd rather you not do anything for me. I'd rather you do something for me because you care about me and you genuinely like want to see me happy. Stop doing stuff just to say you did it just so you could get some brownie points and feel good about yourself and stroke your little ego. Friends do that too. Oh, remember when I did this for you? I did that for you. And it's like, girl, like, okay, I said thank you. I did stuff for you too. Like, you don't always have to bring it up in my face or throw it in my face every time we have a disagreement or every time you feel some type of way. There are better ways to communicate your frustration rather than throwing gestures that people did for you. Um, Another one is only reaching out to someone when you're bored or when you need something. Now, for me, I call a friend someone that you can talk to, someone that when you really need something, they are there for you, they are there to support you, and they actually want to see you succeed. But you ever heard of a leech or a mooch? You ever had that one friend that just like always is like asking for something, or they're like, they know you don't really got it, but they're always asking you and they don't really pay you back. They don't really do anything like that. Like, they don't have courtesy. Like, of course we're not counting favors, but you don't really have courtesy for me or my situation. It's only about you. I have to learn that that is not a good friend, and that's a toxic habit that people have. And it's more of, oh, I know you're going to do this for me, so I'm just going to like accept it, and that's just what it is. And I'm never going to give you that same energy back. I'm never going to reciprocate that. That is a really toxic habit, and I think a lot of you guys need to get out of that mindset. Okay. Now, this one is habits to do with me, or like just stuff that I had to really like, like get out of my brain. The first one is telling yourself you're just protecting your peace when you're really just avoiding accountability. Now, that goes for like the blocking situation. Like, I would literally, instead of like communicating my issues and saying, hey, I feel some type of way, or I don't, because no one ever wants to say they're insecure. No one ever wants to say they're like, just doubting themselves or doubting the relationship. No one ever wants to say that. So instead of like actually speaking about it, I'll just walk away. And I'm like, it is what it is. And that's not taking accountability. Even if I do something wrong, like now I can apologize and say, I apologize. I did that wrong. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. I did not mean to make you feel that way. But back then it was more of like, well, fuck your feelings if you're hurt. Not necessarily, but that's kind of my mindset. I didn't necessarily say that out loud, but that's how I was moving. Like, who cares about your feelings? Like, who cares what you think, That's mean. Why be a mean person when you can take accountability for hurting someone's feelings? You don't have to be the bad guy in every situation, boo. Okay? You don't have to be the victim either, but you especially don't have to be the bad guy. Another one is over-explaining myself to people. Now, I still kind of do this, and I'm still trying to get out of this habit, but I would say to make sure they don't see you in a bad light, like people-pleasing. And for me, it's more of like my morals. Like, my morals are really, I'm not going to say I'm the most holiest of thou, and I'm just the most like self-righteous person there is, and stuff like that, and I don't sin. I'm not going to say that. That's a lie within another lie. But I will say, like, I would over-explain something. Like, you know how, what's an example? Like, over-explaining. So I was invited to a birthday party. I wouldn't say birthday party, a gathering. And some of the friends did not want to come, or they couldn't come. And she invited me. I thought it was just going to be a all girls thing, but it wasn't. It turned out to be like her boyfriend. And then she was like, oh, since nobody else is coming and stuff like that, it's just going to be you, me, and my boyfriend. And I was like, I thought, because it was her birthday, and I'm thinking we're all dressing sexy for the birthday girl. I don't want to dress sexy in front of the birthday girl's man. And I especially don't want to be the only person with the birthday girl in front of her man. That's third wheeling, and that's just I don't want to be seen in that light. So I felt like I was over explaining myself. Like, I spoke to my aunt about it, I spoke to my mom about it, I spoke to my other friends about it. I was like, what should I do? What should I do? Because I did not want to be seen as like a bad person, or like one of those like throwed females. Like, why are you dressed like that in front of somebody's man? Or why are you like, like, I didn't want to be seen as that. So I'm trying to like find loopholes, or just trying to, I'm not trying to be talked about. Like, I'm not trying to be talked about. I'm not trying to be like someone that people gossip about. But then I realized, like, you're gonna be that regardless. Like, people are gonna talk about you. People are gonna speak about you regardless. People are going to have your name up, mention you, share your post within a group chat instead of liking your post all the time. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. So I know my intentions were pure, and I know at the end of the day, I don't have to keep over explaining myself. And I feel like I just over explained myself there. Just a little bit. Okay, another one is romanticizing toxic relationship because chaos feels like love. Now, if you grew up in a toxic household, even if you didn't grow up in a toxic household, I think I was, the Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist situation. I was watching an interview. Mariah the Scientist seems like a really well-spoken girl, especially with her music. She seems like like a poet. She can really break down how she feels. But I was listening to her interview, and she said she grew up in a two-parent household, and she seemed like a really well-rounded girl. So I was like, how can a well-rounded girl end up with a guy like Young Thug? And then I didn't want to judge their relationship solely because of who Mariah the Scientist seems to be like and who Young Thug seems to be like. But when Young Thug went to jail, and I'm seeing all these audio clips and videos of him talking to different women and talking to his friends, basically admitting to cheating on Mariah.
Wow, I'm so peeved. Mariah don't even know. I mean, it bitch still fucking. Goddamn CO give it a buck quicker than the FedEx work. They don't be telling my business, man. Gonna hide.
Saying Mariah loves him too much, just doing stuff like that, and just seeing her like stick by this man, even though I know she sees like what's going on. I know she sees it. It's everywhere. If I see it, I know she does. It's like chaos. It's toxic. It's something good to, I mean, you could write about it, make music off of it, make profit off of it, but what about your heart in the long run,
I'm being dead serious about this love, and everybody like laughing at me and thinking this funny. This not funny. Like, I'm serious.
So this is not me judging Mariah, because I've been in situations not similar, not to that extent, but like I've been in situations where it's just like chaos, low-key. It's like stimulating your brain, and it's not boring, but it's not funny. It ain't fun, but it ain't boring, and it's stimulating your brain, and you feel like, okay, well, I can stick with this. I can stick with this. That's not good. You're fucking up your nervous system, and you're ruining how you see love. And I just peeped that, and I was just like, yeah, I don't think I want to live like that. I don't think I want to be in a relationship where it is solely chaotic and disrespect, and I'm confusing that with love. That's a toxic habit that I feel like I should move out of. Okay. Now, this one is everyday behavior, okay? This is what this is. Now, do not judge me, because I know some of you have done this before. Am I looking at the camera? Some of you have done this before, okay? And you do not have the right to judge me, all right? I'm changing. I can change, and so can you, all right? This one is stalking your ex or old friends online just to block them again. Now, I haven't done this to like old friends or whatnot, but I've done this to like exes. I would literally blocked. Oh, I miss you. I miss him. I wonder what he's doing. And then I'll like go on my block list, unblock, and then I'm like, oh, that's what you're doing? Blocked. And I'll do that, and I'll just end up hurting my own feelings, when it's just like I had enough self-esteem to be like, okay, well, I'm blocking you. I don't want you in my life. And here I am unblocking you just to see what you're doing. That is weird. That is weird. Like, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo, and I have to tell myself to stop that. And outlet, if you are feeling that way, you can here's things that I've done. I would paint, take a shower, go on a walk, go journal, do my hair, do my makeup. What else would I do? Talk to myself, talk to God, hang out with some friends, go eat. Okay. There are a lot of yoga, workout, cardio. Like there's so much stuff that you could do instead of going back and just like reliving those old feelings and those old situationships just to I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing when I do that. Like I could say I miss them, but it's like it's something really sick that's happening when I do that. So I had to stop and learn to go do different outlets than stalk people on the internet. Okay, another one is subtweeting or posting really cryptic messages instead of addressing the issue.
Do you rap or do you tweet? Cause I can't tell. Get in the booth, bitch.
Now, I would throw subliminals at people. Like I wouldn't at people. I don't know why I did that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like in person, I'll tell you what you did. Like I'll address you in person. But like I noticed that I will post stuff on the internet and then I wouldn't put a name on it. I wouldn't add it, and it just seemed really like pussy like to me. Like, if you feel that way, go speak about it. Go address that person. And I had to look at it and look at the stuff I was posting. I'm just like, girl, if you don't go address the issue and go really speak on it, and you don't always gotta fight. You don't always have to fight, and the situation doesn't always have to end up fighting. Of course, if somebody puts their hands on you, like you do your big one. You do what you need to do, defend yourself. But it's like in reality, you don't have to always throw rocks and hide your hands, or throw rocks and then expect the person to just like catch them and not do anything. Like, no, like go address the issue, go speak about it, and go talk about it, because the world does not need to know your business. All right, so that's something that I had to grow out of, and I know better now. And here's another one, making everything about you. Now this, I try my hardest not to do this, simply because like it's not all about you. I know we like to live a life where it's like, it's my world and you're just living in it, in theory, kinda, because it's your subconscious that you're living in. But you also have to realize your actions affect other people. And when someone is talking to you about something emotional for them, it is not you could give an example saying, okay, well, I've been through the same thing, and here's how I got out of it, or here's what I did, and I feel like this may help you. That's completely different where somebody's speaking about a situation or speaking about what's hurting them, and you're just, well, like, yeah, you're going through that, but like me, I'm going through a lot worse. Like, my freaking dog died. Mind you, her grandpa just got hit by a train. But my dog died. You feel me? It's like, you see, like you're being the terrible friend. You're being a low-key a bad person, and you're being hella conceited, and you're thinking everything is about you. And I don't think that makes you a good friend. I think being a good friend, or just being a good person, is having empathy for people. Empathy, noun, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. That means understanding how the other person feels, or trying to. Having empathy, realizing that other people are going through things, and you can acknowledge that and feel for them, and you don't always have to know the answer for them, but sometimes just being a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to lean on, and a listening ear is good. And you don't always have to add your 2 cents in. When some people just want to be heard, okay? That's it. Some people just want to be listened to. Some people don't want to. Sometimes when you're talking and you're talking about something that's going on in your life, sometimes you don't want to be talked at. Sometimes you don't want, you could get advice, but sometimes you don't want all of that. Sometimes you just want somebody who's just gonna, I feel you. I understand. Your feelings are valid, okay? And that's it. That's it. So learn how to be that type of person, okay? And another one is, everyday behavior. Another one I will say is competition, okay? Now, I mean this, how do I explain this? I wrote competing with people who don't know they're competing with you. Okay. Now, I've had friends where it felt like they're just kind of jacking me. Like, it's one thing to be inspired or to take, like, you know, your friends, you're hanging out with them all the time, but I've had people who just like met me, hung around me just to like low-key steal whatever I had going on, whatever, like what Lashaire's being, how Lashaire represents herself. All of a sudden that's how they represent themselves. Okay. And they would end up doing me wrong or end up being hella shady to me, end up talking about how my back, or just end up being like real, like a share knockoff, all right? And then I would feel really bad because I'm a person who values my friendships. I value loyalty, integrity, like doing the right thing when no one's looking. I value that. So knowing that you could be around somebody and really love somebody who doesn't have those same values as you really messes with your head. And you could be around someone who's in competition with you and you don't even know. You don't even know. So that's a habit that you have to knock out of. And I would say, what I would really mean to say is envious. Not necessarily jealousy, but envious. Like you see something that you see your friend has, and it's not necessarily saying, oh, you don't want them to have it. You think you're too good. You think you're better than them, so they shouldn't have it. Or it's more of, damn, I want that too. You know, that's that feeling, you know? And it's nothing wrong with wanting that too, but you have to understand and realize when you are becoming that toxic friend. And instead of supporting them and like when your friend is talking to you about, oh, hey, me and my man just went on this really cute date, and you're just like, oh, I want that. Instead of doing that, you're just like, oh, or you're low-key making a face at them, and you're just like not being like supportive of them. That is competition. You are secretly in competition with them. And then when you do get a man, you're like, oh, well, my man is doing this. My man is doing that. You ever watch like one of those housewives shows where they're dating like celebrity football players or whatnot, whatever things they're interested in, and then one person's talking about, oh, well, my man took me to the Bahamas and we ate grapes on a mountain and we rode an elephant and peeled their skin off and wore it as a jacket. And the other one is like, oh, well, we went horseback riding, and then we braided the horse's hair, and then we cut the horse's hair off, and then sewed it into our own something really exotic. I can't think about it right now. I feel like I'm saying BS right now, but it's something exotic. You're just going band for band for band for band, and you don't necessarily have to do that. You don't have to be like that, okay? So those are just some things, toxic habits that I feel like I myself and people should get out of, especially if we want to be better people and grow, okay, and have this world grow. Because if we have if we break out of these habits, when we raise our children, we could teach our children these good habits and good things to follow. Then they can teach their children to be like that, and the world could be a better place. Okay, so please, guys, I would love if you could like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I just learned about hitting the notification button if you are into having notifications up so you know when I post. I know I'm a bit inconsistent, but like I have a life outside of this, and I want to be more consistent and post more, but I also want to make videos of substance. So I don't like want to just make videos that are like, I want to make something that I actually enjoy watching and I enjoy editing. So I don't know, guys, just, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you another time. Mwah.